Welcome back to Daily Persuasion. This is Joshua Lisec, and I have a question for you. Are you familiar with Virginia Satir? She was a family marriage therapist who has many contributions she made to the field of hypnosis. And we're going to be talking about her model of functional versus dysfunctional families and relationships. And we can see how that will better transform the way you act so you can take control of your own agenda, take your power back from people who you gave it over to or just simply took it from you, and get what you want out of people. This is Daily Persuasion. Why would you watch this if you're not learning how to persuade people to give you what you want? I, of course, am Joshua Lisec, the New York Times bestselling author and co-author, ghostwriter of 97 nonfiction books, and a hypnotist, of course. Through my unique experiences, I curate current events and teach you how to better influence the VIPs of your life and your career. Virginia Satir developed what she called her Satir Categories. They are as follows, using gestures to make it a little bit more memorable for you so you will remember it. There's blaming, there's placating, there's computing, and there's distracting. Those are the four dysfunctional categories. We'll talk about the functional in a second. Blaming is where I can't do this because of you. I'm in this position because of you. You put me here. It's use of the second person with an accusation followed by something that you have no agency over. Or you didn't have agency over. You wouldn't let me do this. Or I couldn't do this because of you. That's sort of blaming. Well, that completely abandons the question, what would happen if I could do this? What would happen if I was able to do this? What will happen when I do this? That's how to shut down the blaming. Like, I can't do this because of you. Replace that with, if that's your style, replace that with, what would happen if I could do that? What will happen when I do that? Because that way, it forces your brain to not just think about how could I do it, but what happens after it's already done. We want your head thinking that far away. It's as far away from blaming as possible. You've already gotten the thing that you had previously blamed the other person from keeping you from, and now you have it, and then what happens next? Placating is where you are giving the other person whatever they want. You're thinking about their emotions first. This often shows up in a codependence where, like, I need to make sure your needs are met and you're happy. You see it often with effeminate men where it's this happy wife, happy life. What will make her happy? What will make her not moody? What will make her stop feeling mad? Can I bring her ice cream? Can I give her a massage? Well, just anything to please her. This is what feminine men do with their masculine, domineering, authoritarian wives who wear the pants, but will always say, we're equal partners in this relationship. So placating, think of it this way. Reframe it, rather. If you're placating, it's like enabling an addict. And you don't want to enable an addict, do you? Computing is where you try to explain, well, here's why this is dysfunctional, here's how it got this way, here's all the instances, here's all the research, and you do this polling and surveying where maybe you talk to some different therapists and counselors and experts. You explain the situation to them in as much detail as possible, recount it like it's a case study. You treat the relationship like a case study. So what? That's the reframe if you're a computer. So what? What do you want? There it is. So what? What do you want? And now you can focus on what you want, not why it was wrong in the past, but what you want in the future. And now you can go think about doing that. Distracting is squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. In a lot of dysfunctional relationships, people will notice, like, both men and women will engage in substance abuse to distract themselves from how horrible the other person is to them. Because first they were blaming, and then it felt so bad to blame them, or they're blaming and then placating, and now they're just going to do a little distracting of themselves. Dysfunctional. The solution to distracting, as it is to all the others, actually, is the fifth Satir category, which is leveling. Leveling, which I learned this from Shannon Keys-Susevich. I talk about her in So Good They Call You a Fake. She goes like this when she explains Virginia's 5th category called leveling. We have a problem and we'll handle it. She goes like this. We have a problem and we'll handle it. So that keeps us from being distracted, and also keeps us from needing to blame the other person for its existence or compute it, figure it out, especially in the past, or placate, which is just enabling. We have a problem and we'll handle it. That puts you in a place where you can bring people together to resolve the conflict. I think this will be most useful to you because it's revealed to you now which strategy of the 4 dysfunctional ones you're more likely to have already been using. It shows you what's wrong with it, and it gives you a future. All persuasion is ultimately self-persuasion. And in order to better persuade other people, you need to first believe that you are capable of persuading them, which you are capable of doing once and only once you've done a little Virginia Satir category leveling.